Column 25. The words of the lamp for inquiry of the boy. The formula. Ta ta ik, ta tak, thethe, sa te, santaskal, chromakat, patax urai, kaliu pankat, a teyue, makat, setakat, hati hatro, how, may they say to me, and answered everything concerning which I ask here today, for I am Harpocrates in Mendes, for I am Isis the wise, the speech of my mouth comes to pass. Say 7 times. You take a new lamp, you put a clean wick into it, brought from a temple, and you set it on a new brick, brought from the mold, and clean, on which no man has mounted. You set it upright, you place the lamp on it, you put genuine oil on it, or oasis oil, and you set 2 new bricks under you. You place the boy between your feet, you recite the charms aforesaid, down to the head of the boy, your hand being over his eyes. You offer myrrh upon a willow leaf before the lamp. You do it in a dark place, the door of it opening to the east or the south, and no cellar being underneath it. You do not allow the light to come into the place aforesaid. You purify the said place beforehand. You push the boys back to the opening of the niche. When you have finished, you recite a charm, bringing your hand over his eyes. A boy who is not yet gone with a woman is he whom you make come before you. You question him, saying, "What do you see?" Then he tells you about everything that you ask him. A method to put the heart of a woman after a man, done in 1 moment. And it comes to pass instantly. You take a swallow alive, together with a hoopoe alive, ointment made for them, the blood of a male donkey, blood of the tick, of a black cow. You anoint their heads with lotus ointment. You utter a cry before the sun. In his moment of rising, you cut off the heads of the 2. You take the heart out of the right ribs. Of both of them, you anoint it with the donkey's blood and the blood of a tick, of a black cow, as aforesaid. You put them into a donkey's skin. You laid them in the sun until they are dry 4 days. When the 4 days are past, you pound them. You put them into a box. You lay it in your house. When you wish to make a woman love a man, you take the shaving of a pleasure wood. You recite these correct names before them. You put it into a cup of wine or beer. You give it to a woman and she drinks. I am Bira, Akel, La'ak, Sas, Mialo, Plesplun, Ewane, Sabathal, Sasupu, Nethe. But the heart of born of after, born of in these hours today. 7 times. You do it on the 14th of the lunar month. Very excellent. So full moon, that related to an animal that you ride upon. That related to an animal that feeds off a person. And that related to an animal that we drink from. you know, very fitting thing. But I still don't get the whole bit about, you know, if the woman, you know, trust you to, you know, get a little bit drunk with you. I think this is going, you know, putting effort a little bit too far in an indirect direction. But matu nup kubs ashen nup alu zimtat tata yug ta tak tata sata sanat askal kur ak at pat akas ur ya kalo pankut tas yawe makat siet ak at hatta hatter ya oya how ya mia zu mia wa an matat nab nat ay shun kru kia naphu zanak her pa kurt her ba tat za ank satat rakat nanzan re kat za sip kar nyek wat much pertat name natak ta wa sal na hubs f wab ars nia abo hun nutcher hut nutcher natak samnatas her wat tabat namia na nien na pa miekl s wab e vanip rum ale ars natak ta ahas ratas natak samnat much pertat har tas natak ta nahe mat ars naga nahe na wahe natak simon tabat ta name karak natak kap alu what ratak natak ashen saku nat khre a kre kan zazat nap alu atak her ra yartat natakat kal a kre hre her gabat turet nahar pa kups kur rukath nawa ma f na keka f pepper one per yibet naga pers man ay nap yatin kuraf natak tum ka wien ya kan pa man ranaf natak swab pa ma na ranaf at hut natak hwe tough nap alo per rit eric wa eric ash suck eric fia tatak har ra yertuf wa alu eper tef she erme sahmat punt eric ta shep Nataf, Natek, Shantaf, Sak, Punt, Erik, Nu, Arf, Har, Mataf, Aramak, Matat, Nub, Nut, Erik, Shantaf, Aru, Wakya, At, Hut, Sahmat, Mas, Hut, Run, Wat, Wanat, Nataf, Khap, Tia, Hatat, Khur, Nyek, Wat, Basha, S, Anak, Erme, Ka, U, Ka, Oop, At, Au, Ank, Kies, Kies, N, Nu, Sanfe, Na, A, Hut, Sanaf, Na, Sieb, N, Hut, Kum, Natak, Tahas, Now, Apatu, N, Sakan, Sashan, Natak, Ash, Wa, Sakap, Ahur, Pra, Nataf, Wanat, Na, Ka, Erik, Kat, Sazu, and Ta, Erik, Nia, Pel, Hat, Abel, Na, New, Sapir, Na, Wanam, Nut, Ta, Natak, Thasif, N, Pa, Sanaf, Na, A, Hun, A, Sanfa, Na, Sieb, Na, Hut, Kamat, Nut, Khare, Erkat, Yasu, A, Khan, Wa, Kar, Na, A, Erik, Kau, Napra, Shah, Natu, Shwa, Na, U, Arepahu, Sene, Erik, Natu, Erik, Tiesu, Awa, Tukya, Erik, Kaf, Na, Pek, Ya, Erik, Wok, Atre, Sahmat, Mur, Hot, Erik, Tia, Fa, Zanaf, Na, Wa, Na, Her, Erik, Ash, Nia, Ranu, Na, Mate, A, Haru, Erik, Tief, A, Wazan, Rup, Naga, Hanke, Erik, Tief, Nut, Sahmat, Natus, Soraf, Ak, Yur, A, Ak, Ho, Luk, Ha, Sis, Mur, Yamur, Pulse, Pulwan, Ank, A, Nutna, Sib, Thul, Sis, Wapu, Nietvia, Nye, Hut, Mun Amps, Mun Mus, Mun Amps, Mun Kun, Nia, Wanetu, Na Pahu, Sip, Kar, Rakaf, Nup, Mah, Nup, Warsha, Nefar, Sipson. So the Coptic words that we have here only reside on line 24. So Beshe and Ka Uk Up-At. And we're not seeing any particular note on that, but Eu Ankh, doesn't mean that that several were required. There were only 2 words here. Bahne seems to be a likely word instead of the first word, but that's not what we're seeing. I mean, in other circumstances. Wenet can mean that the preparation of the materials involved can take several days. Hence, the ritual really starts when you start the process, Punt Eric. And with that, we have Nettuf, which seems to refer to the lamp. It can, both in the psychological sense and in the other sense, what direction and what placement you make the sound when working upon someone else is essential. So, Ayin Payetan can mean a cellar. Ale relates to the Coptic Ale and Alhi, but Allo, Allah is, the Omicron. Allah, not, is listed there. And why the gloss says that is strange. See, I want to see this text in its original because ooh. Yeah, I'm going to make a point of finding this after I'm finished with this series. It's thought to relate to some divine name. Nanuz is probably Njo and pronounced Nundjo. Well, okay, another variation, I would think. Much pertinent. Mieko relates to Ma Ka Ul in the Coptic, and the Al Mankar. Oh, I guess I wouldn't have guessed that because I would have guessed Michael, but they're saying that this relates to the brickmaker's mold and the Ma. Okay. Sharma, peace be upon you.